So starting us off is going to be Chelsea Spear. You ready, Chelsea? And then after Chelsea will be Joanna. So Chelsea, you can unmute yourself. You are unmuted. Go ahead.
All right. So, hey everyone, it's great to be back here. I'm gonna be a song of mine is going to be on the on a compilation with Winnetka Records that's coming out on Friday, and it's holiday themed. So thank you, Dad. So it seems like this would be a good time to play it. This is called Rudolph's Ranch, and it goes like this. The rooster crows rise with the sun, fill the feed bags, climb the pump, take the reindeer for a run, and still so much to do. Velvet wrap the fragile antlers, close the barn doors, in the lanterns, pull the splinters from my hands, and think of you. My compass points to Rudolph's Ranch. Blue skies and clean air. I made my home at Rudolph's Ranch. Now I have to live there. Left my thesis work at home and boarded a late train alone. I'll let future me atone for credits I have missed. I ghosted early in the year because your postmarks let me hear. I unpacked and things got weird before I settled in. My compass points to Rudolph's Ranch. Blue skies and clean air. I made my home at Rudolph's Ranch. Now I have to live there. I've read this book before. Why can't I skip ahead? Is it comedy or romance? Or do I just wind up dead? Finals week is coming soon. I should be back in my dorm room. Instead, I shovel reindeer poop to earn my train fare home. My compass points to Rudolph's Ranch. Blue skies and clean air. I made my home at Rudolph's Ranch. Now I have to live there. Thank you.
Thank you, Chelsea. And congratulations on the CD, on being included on the CD. Okay, so thanks, Chelsea. Up next is Joanna Katzen, and then following Joanna will be Tom Maynard. So Joanna, you can unmute.
Unmuted.
Yes.
Thanks, Dan, and congratulations, Chelsea. That's great news. I was, like we said before, it's been kind of a difficult week, losing a lot of good people. And I was thinking about singing Bill Staines' River, and then I thought, well, there's a lot of people here doing the open mic, and somebody's bound to want to do that, and we don't want to end up doing it twice or three times. So I decided to go with something else. Since it's been such a sad week from that standpoint, I decided to sing Pack Up Your Sorrows, which is written by Richard, I hope I'm saying his last name correctly, Farina and Pauline Marden. And I looked up how many different versions were done of this song, and I stopped counting at 26. So this was, in its time, it was a pretty popular song. The funny thing about it is that, as with any folk process on any song, the second verse, no use ramblin', walking in the shadows, trailing a wandering star, no one beside you, no one to hide you, nobody knows what you are. I found what you are, where you are, who you are, and the only thing that was missing was why and how. So I will sing Who, and it's in G if anyone wants to play along or sing along. I encourage harmony. No use crying, talking to a stranger, naming the sorrows you've seen. Too many bad times, too many sad times, nobody knows what you mean. But if somehow you could pack up your sorrows and give them all to me, you would lose them. I know how to use them. Give them all to me. No use rambling, walking in the shadows, trailing a wandering star. No one beside you, no one to hide you, nobody knows who you are. But if somehow you could pack up your sorrows and give them all to me, you would lose them. I know how to use them. Give them all to me. No use roaming, walking by the roadside, seeking a satisfied mind. Too many highways, too many byways, nobody's walking behind. But if somehow you could pack up your sorrows and give them all to me, you would lose them. I know how to use them. Give them all to me. Yeah, give them all to me.
Nice.
Thank you.
Thank you, Joanna. Nice. Good choice. We need that message. Okay, so thanks, Joanna. Up next is going to be Tom Maynard, and following Tom will be Mel Green. So go ahead, Tom.
Thanks, Dan. Yeah, Joanna, I was thinking of doing a Bill Staines song myself, and I will, but not River, because I didn't want to take one of his most popular songs and take it away from anybody else who was planning on doing it. So this is something that may be a little less known by him. This is called Canadian Winds. The pony is shaggy, the woods in the bend, the snow fell last evening, seems it's winter again, and the way that I'm feeling, but it's too much for words. How I wanna be going, leave this place with the birds, and they're cold, those Canadian winds. They circle the summer, then they come round again. I was born on this prairie 31 years ago. My mother, she died here in the wind and the snow. And my father's just living, even he don't know how. Each year he keeps a-pushing on the rusty old plow, and they're cold, those Canadian winds. They circle the summer, then they come round again. One day in the springtime, I'm gonna leave this old home. I'm gonna head down some roadway, my intention to roam. There's an eagle out courting his lady out there, and if I have my ways, boys, I'm gonna find them out there, and they're cold, those Canadian winds. They circle the summer, and they come round again, and they're cold, those Canadian winds.
Yeah,
Yeah, good one, Tom.
nice.
Good job. Thank you. Thanks, Tom. So up next is going to be Mel Green, and following Mel will be Jan. Ooh, I'm getting an echo, Mel, but I'm going to mute myself.
Hi there, folks. I'm sorry I was planned to do River. Forgive me. if anybody else wanted to do it, but I figure it's a song. I'll just by explanation. I'm very sad this week, as everybody else is, about the loss of two great folk luminaries. And this is a song that I sang with a group I used to belong to called River Song. And this was obviously an obvious song to sing. And it's a great song. And I've been listening to I've heard it often today over various radio stations, as I'm sure you have as well. So here goes. Can you hear me? All right? Great, thank you. I was born in the path of the wind to wind. I was raised where the mountains roll. Their springtime waters come dancing down. I remember the tales they told. The whistling waves of my younger days too quickly faded on by. But all of their memories linger on, like the light in a fading sky. River, take me along in your sunshine. Sing me a song, never moving and winding and free. You rolling old river, you changing old river, let you and me, river, run down to the sea. I've been to the city and back again. I've been moved by some things that I've learned. I met a lot of good people and I called them my friends. Felt the change when the seasons turn. I've heard all the songs that the children sing. I've been listening to love's melodies. I felt my own music within your eyes, like the wind in the autumn trees. River, take me along in your sunshine. Sing me a song, ever moving and winding and free. You rolling old river, you changing old river, let you and me, river, run down to the sea. Someday when the flowers are blooming still, someday when the grass is still green, my rolling waters will round me bend and flow into the open sea. So here's to the rainbow that followed me here. Here's to the friends that I know. And here's to the song that's within me now. I will sing it wherever I go. River, take me along in your sunshine. Sing me a song, ever moving and winding and free. You rolling old river, you changing old river, let you and me, river, run down to the sea. River, take me along in your sunshine. Sing me a song, ever moving and winding raging old river, and you and me, river, run down to the sea.
Gorgeous.
Beautiful, Mel.
Mel.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
So
beautiful
Looking forward
version,
to the
Mel.
song.
Thank you.
Thank you, Bill Staines. Always thank you.
Thanks, Mel.
Thank you.
Okay, so up next is going to be Jan Luby, and following Jan will be Kirk Thomasian. So go ahead and unmute yourself, Jan. There you go.
That was so beautiful. That was, I didn't want to do a Bill Staines song tonight because I thought I would get choked up, and so now I am anyway. And I wanted to listen rather than tune. I hope I'm close enough. I'm in DADGAD and my guitar's not happy about it. So this was written about several decades of us, a group of ragtag people going to sing at the women's prison in Cranston in Rhode Island. And we'd go at visiting hour because the women that would come out to the porches and the windows at that time didn't have visitors. So we would sing to them. And this is about that. Women behind barbed wire, looking out the window. Christmas Eve, visiting hour. Christ's birthday is tomorrow. Every year we meet at 7, and with no rehearsal sing. We come here, whatever the weather, for an hour of caroling. Meet us on the outside next year. Join us and sing, we'll be here. Rudolph, Frosty, Feliz Navidad. Angels we have heard on high. The first Noel, Silent Night. You sing along, laugh and cry. Meet us on the outside next year. Join us and sing, we'll be here. We wish you a Merry Christmas, and then we go our separate ways. You call and wave goodbye to us, and go back to counting days. Meet us on the outside next year. Join us and sing.
Thank you, Jan.
It's beautiful, Jan. Lovely.
That's great, Jan. So up next is Kirk Thomasian, and following Kirk will be Bob Toabe. So Kirk, you can unmute yourself. There you go.
Can you hear me?
I can.
Okay, how is the guitar level?
It's all a little low because Zoom is not picking you up. Let me try to pin you or something. Hold on. Oh, there you go. Okay, that's better.
Okay. Well, that was a beautiful song, Jan, that you just sang. Really liked it. This song I'm gonna play is just another stupid finger style song that I do. It's called Dance, and it was written by David Wahlberg, a classical guitarist. And anyways, it just dances along. So there it is.
That was lovely, Kirk. Thanks. Great job. Okay, so up next is somebody who many of us know from other open mics back in the before times, but I don't think he's been at this one as a Zoom open mic before, so let us all welcome Bob Toabe. And And Bob, you can unmute yourself. And go. Oops, there you
Here
go.
we go.
Yep.
Okay. So how long do I have to play, Dan?
It's one song, so 5 minutes or so.
5 minutes, excellent. Okay, here we go. Yeah. I wonder what key I'm in, I have no idea. There we go. That's it.
Thanks, Bob. That's beautiful. I wasn't sure. You might not have had original sound on, but it sounded good anyway. But everybody should remember to turn on original sound to get the best quality music. Thanks, Bob. Up next is Ellen Schmidt. Ellen, there you are. Okay. So after Ellen will be Tom Horsky. So go ahead, Ellen.
I'm so glad to hear all of you tonight, and I'm going to sing a song for Alan and our meeting and how we are floating through every step of the way. The first time I saw you, I knew I would care, but I wasn't ready. But love was in the air. Your gaze so strong and steady, I knew you'd draw me in. And slowly, with your patience, you would win. We both had our troubles, our burdens we would share. We'd hold each other through the night, and love would keep us there. Now, since first we met, now we savor every day, no time to regress. To you I say this promise, as we gather to another year, I'll cherish every day with you. I'll always want you near. As long as we are here.
was
That
lovely.
Oh,
It's wonderful. Thank you, Ellen. Okay, thanks, Ellen. So up next is going to be Tom Horsky, and following Tom will be Jane Fallon. So go ahead and rearrange yourself, Tom. And you're still muted, though. Hold on. Which one are you?
Am I coming through?
Yeah, I got
Yes.
you. Well, you were sort of. Hold on one moment. Try now. Oops, nope.
Oh, let me close the other guy. Okay.
Okay, now.
Okay, good. Sorry about that. So I'd like to do a song made famous by T-Bone Walker in the 40s called Cold, Cold Feeling. And this was written by Jessie Mae Robinson that wrote a lot of this style of blues in the late 40s and in the 1950s for recording artists. I've got a cold, cold feeling. It's like ice around my heart. I've got a cold, cold feeling. It's just like ice around my heart. I know I'm gonna quit somebody every time this feeling starts. You treat me like a prisoner, 'cause my hands are tied. Everything you do to me, it's stacking up inside. It's a cold, cold feeling, just like ice around my heart. I know I'm gonna quit somebody every time this feeling starts. There's a change in me, baby. Once I was blind, but now I can see. Yes, there's a change in me, baby. Once I was blind, but now I can see. I'm putting down everybody ever make a fool of me.
Oh yeah, Tom.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, Tom.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks, Tom, if you can hear me now. Up next, let me see. That was Tom. So up next is Jane Fallon, and following Jane will be Melissa and Charlie. So Jane, you can unmute. You there, Jane?
Now I am. Okay.
Now you are. Okay.
Now I am. Okay. Piano night, I guess, here. And Ellen's song kind of reminded me of what I was decided to do. I couldn't handle doing any songs by and from the people that we've lost the last 2 days. It's just 3 for me. So I'm just going to do what I was going to do, just trying a new song out. I was wandering around New Hampshire, trying to do a prompt song for a local open mic, and the prompt was ageless. So I wrote this in my head as I was wandering around. Love is ageless, right? And put it to piano because that's always easier for me than guitar. So it's called Fine Wine. In the springtime of our love, every glance was gold, every touch electric, every truth was told. We saw nothing else except for you and me. We knew this was the best love could ever be. But like fine wine that takes its time to find that perfect blend of fruit and oak, some things get better as they age, like fine wine. In the summer of our love, it was all that we were able to get the kids to school, put dinner on the table. But in the silence after, our eyes would chance to meet, and we'd collapse with laughter and make love dead upon our feet. Like fine wine that takes its time to find the perfect blend of fruit and oak. Some things get better as they age, like fine wine. In the autumn of our love, it is strange the way we always seem to know. We never have to say a simple tender brush of hands will make us whole. The warmth that goes beyond the body to the soul. Like fine wine that takes its time to find the perfect blend of fruit and oak. Some things get better as they age, like fine wine, sip slowly through the ages, like fine wine, worth the waiting for, a taste that lasts forever, that lingers on the tongue, like fine wine.
That's a good one, Jane.
Beautiful.
Beautiful. Thank you.
I'm not used to playing the piano like this.
Okay, thank you for that one, Jane. Up next are Melissa Fleming and Charlie Ortolani. I think they will probably want to go in that order. And then following them is Deborah Goss. So go ahead, Melissa and Charlie, unmute yourself. I've oops, sorry. There we go.
Is it too low?
No, you're fine. I accidentally muted you.
Oh,
You're okay.
You want sometime before your life is over, you want somebody to ask you to turn it up.
That's right.
Ain't gonna happen.
Play louder, yes.
Oh, this is an old tune. And it's a holiday tune. And it has what used to be called a verse, we call now an intro, like a whole separate intro with lyrics to it. So one of my favorite holiday songs. Ready?
Yep.
When the bells all ring and the horns all blow, and the couples in love are fondly kissing, will I be with you, or will I be among the missing? Maybe it's much too early in the game, but I thought I'd ask you just the same. What are you doing New Year's? New Year's Eve. Wonder whose arms will hold you good and tight when it's exactly 12 o'clock that night. Welcome in the new year. New Year's Eve. Maybe I'm crazy to suppose I'd ever be the one you chose. Out of 1,000 invitations you receive, but in case I stand one little chance, here comes the jackpot question in advance. What are you doing New Year's? New Year's Eve. Maybe I'm crazy to suppose I'd ever be the one you chose. Out of 1,000 invitations you receive, but in case I stand one little chance, here comes that jackpot question in advance. What are you doing New Year's? New Year's Eve. What are you doing New Year's? New Year's Eve. Thank you.
Beautiful, beautiful, Melissa.
Thanks. Thank you. I think I know what you're doing New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
You're going to be sitting in a taxi with an ex and crying.
Yeah.
With the six-pack because there was no bars open.
Yeah. I think so.
Well, I'll be up in ski country without you.
This is my holiday song. My one. Met my old lover at grocery store. Snow was falling Christmas Eve. I stole behind her in the frozen food. I touched her on on the sleeve. She didn't recognize my face at first. Then her eyes flew open wide. She went to hug me, she spilled her purse. We laughed until we cried. Took our groceries to the checkout stand. Food was tallied up and bagged. We got lost in our embarrassment as the conversation dragged. Tried to find ourselves a drink or two, but couldn't find an open bar. Bought a six-pack at the grocery store. We drank it in her car. We drank a toast to innocence. We drank a toast to find out. Tried to get beyond the emptiness, but neither one knew how. She said she'd married her an architect who kept her warm and safe and dry. She would have liked to say she loved the man, but she didn't like to lie. Said she still was her better friend to her. Sorry, let me do this again. Said the years had been a friend to her, that her eyes were still as blue. But in those eyes I didn't know if I saw doubt or gratitude. Said she'd seen me in the record store, that I must be doing well. I said the audience is heavenly, but the traveling was hell. We drank a toast to innocence, we drank a toast to now. Tried to get beyond the emptiness, but neither one knew how. We drank a toast to innocence, we drank a toast to time. Reliving in its eloquence another old lang syne. Beers were empty and our tongues were tired, running out of things to say. She gave a kiss to me as I walked out, and I watched her drive away. All at once I was back in school, felt that old familiar pain. As I turned to make my way back home, the snow turned into rain. Yeah, Charlie.
That was great, Charlie and Melissa, both.
Hey,
Two
who's
great
that by,
songs.
Shirley? Who was that by?
I don't know. Do you have an idea? I was hoping you would tell me, Tom.
He beat you to it.
Dan
don't do that
Fogelberg,
one.
in case anybody didn't know.
They're both Dan Fogelberg fanboys.
Thanks a lot.
I feel good. I guessed that one. I was pretty sure that was what it was.
Thanks, guys. That was great. Okay, up next is going to be Deb Goss, and following Deb is going to be, I don't see Mike Santoro. I don't think he's here. So after Deb will be Woody. So Deb, go ahead and unmute yourself.
Well, gee, my first thought was I was going to sing something that I was sure, the thing I was going to sing, I thought, oh no, Mike Santoro will want to do that because it's Christmas time. So I didn't proceed with that. I'm just going to sing an old love song that I've just always liked, and I found myself singing when I said, what the heck can I sing? And then let my mind go blank, and this is what came out. So I hope I really do remember it. It is, I'll do what Snake has the sense to do and tell you exactly who wrote it. Vincent Youmans, Billy Rose, and Edward Eliscu, 1929. More than you know, man of my heart, I love you so. Lately I find you're on my mind, more than you know. Whether you're right, whether you're wrong, man of my heart, I'll string along. You need me so, more than you'll ever know. Loving you the way that I do, there's nothing I can do about it. Loving may be all you can give, but honey, I can't live without it. Oh, how I'd cry, oh, how I'd cry if you got tired and said goodbye. More than I'd show, more than you'll ever know. Loving you the way that I do, there's nothing I can do about it. Loving may be all you can give, but honey, I can't live without it. Oh, how I'd cry, oh, how I'd cry if you got tired and said goodbye. More than I'll show, more than you'll ever know.
Beautiful.
Beautiful.
I was going to do that out of time, just as a little conversation thing, and I just totally changed it. So
It's beautiful.
I never know what I'm going to do. Thank you.
What's going on?
Go ahead, Woody, but it was kind of fuzzy for a while there.
Oh, okay.
Sounds like the ocean.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, my heat just kicked in. So that's part of my sound effects.
So you're in 1929 too. Black and white.
That's right, I am, huh? We love you tomorrow.
Very nice.
Yeah, Woody.
Hey, Woody.
Sweet.
Thank you, Woody. That was sweet. Yes.
Thank you.
Okay. Let me see. Up next is going to be David Diamond, and following David will be Branson. So, David, you can unmute.
At least.
There you go.
Okay, good. Thank you. I'm going to do something English in the old fashion of English folk clubs, which I sort of started out in. And when we started, we always used to find songs by a famous guy called Anon. And I will give you the short biography of Anon. It's only 5 lines. Anonymous, Ibid and Trad wrote much that was morally bad. Some ballads, most shanties, all verse about panties. And limericks too, I must add. Now I say that because almost all the things we used to sing had some euphemisms for sex, and this song is well, one of those. So here we go. A sailor was walking one fine summer day, and the squire and the lady, they happened that way. And the sailor, he heard the squire say, "Tonight with you I mean to stay with me. Do me a ding, me a do me a day. You must tie a string all around your finger, and the other end of the string hanging out the window. And I'll come by, I'll pull your string, and you must come down, Mum, and let me in with me. Do me, I'm a ding, me, I'm a do, me, I'm a die. Says Jack to himself, I've a mind to try whether a poor sailor he can win that prize. So Jack stepped up, he pulled the string. The lady come down and she let old Jack in with his do me, I'm a ding, me, I'm a do, me, I'm a die. The squire come by, he was humming a song, thinking to himself how it wouldn't be long. But when he got there, no string he found. Behold, his hopes was all dashed to the ground with his do me, I'm a ding, me, I'm a do, me, I'm a die. 'Twas early next morning, it was just getting light. The lady jumped out of bed in a terrible fright, for there lay Jack in his tarry old shirt, and behold, his face was all covered in dirt, and his do me, I'm a ding, me, I'm a do, me, I'm a die. Oh, what do you hear, you tarry sailor, breaking in a lady's chamber for to steal her treasure? Oh no, says Jack, I just pulled your string, and you come down, Mum, and let me in with me do me, I'm a ding, me, I'm a do, me, I'm a die. And now, says old Jack, just forget me, I pray. I'll steal away very quiet at the dawn of the day. Oh no, says the lady, don't go too far. I never will part from me jolly Jack Tar and his do me, I'm a ding, me, I'm a do, me, I'm a die.
That was capital. Lovely.
We'll get some feedback here.
Sounded like jingle bells for a minute.
Mel, I think you are feeding back, so you need to see if you can do something about that.
That appeared to be Tom Horsky at that point.
Oh, did it? Okay.
His square lit up.
I'll accept your apology. It's okay.
But I am getting some echo, I think, when you're on, Mel. So if you can figure out how to fix that, that'd be good. Okay. So up next, thanks, Dave. That was really good. Up next is going to be Branson, and following Branson will be Ron Israel. So Branson, you can unmute. There you go.
Okay, hi everybody. I got a song's not a Christmas song, but it's set in December. And it does kind of have a I'll be home for Christmas kind of sentiment, so I thought I'd play it for you tonight. It's called The Stars on the Farm. Hey Mary, it's snowing in Boston. Oh, how the lights here are long. Sun can't compete with the street. Its brightness could hold back the dawn. December here sparkles like glitter. I admit that it has its own charm. But these last Christmas stars, as bright as they are, they're not like the stars on the farm. Stars on the farm. Stars on the farm. They're not like the stars on the farm. My days now are filled with computers and meetings and telephone calls. Though it's the work that I've chosen that leaves my heart frozen like ice blocks the flow of the Charles. I can't taste the fruit of my labor like those peaches we canned in the barn. I can't write code by the quart. There's no soul in this work. It's not like the work on the farm. Work on the farm. Work on the farm. It's not like the work on the farm. Tonight I went out in the city. The clubs here seem to never close down. With electric guitars streaming out from the bars, there's music all over this town. But Mary, there's no songs like you sing, and they never play three-quarter time. Though they sing loud and strong, to me they sound wrong. They're not like the songs on the farm. Songs on the farm. Songs on the farm. They're not like the songs on the farm. Now wherever I go, I leave tracks in the snow that remind me of where I came from. And though we're apart, you're here in my heart. I'll always be part of the farm. Part of the farm. Part of the farm. I'll always be part of the farm.
Yeah, Branson.
Yeah,
Wow.
that was Tom, I think. Thank you, Branson. I believe that's by Tom Smith, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Best song he ever wrote.
Well, it's definitely
Hey, I'll
a good
tell you
song.
something. You know, on his, he sends out a newsletter. A few years ago, he reported that he was going to put all of his songs on the internet. And I thought, oh, this is great. That song's got to be on there. So I go to the site. You wouldn't believe how many songs Tom Smith has written. I went through song after song after song, and I got kind of worried because I've been doing it a while. I was getting to the end of the list. I couldn't find it, but it was there. Nice video. You could see everything that he did, and I learned the song, and I'm happy to play it for you tonight.
Well, thank you for that. Okay, up next is going to be Ron Israel, and following Ron will be Snake. So Ron, you can unmute.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you. Yep.
Can you hear my guitar?
Yes, I can.
Okay, great. Here we go. Now I see a snowflake, a tiny little snowflake. I can see a snowflake falling from the sky. How did it get there? Where is it going? How come it's showing up before my eye? My, oh my, falling from the sky. Well, it has a mission, and it has a vision of a collision with my hat. I can't stop it, argue with its logic. I can just watch it go in splat, just like that, on my hat. So here is a question, and here is a problem, and here is what I just don't understand. If you are a snowflake and you got no keepsake, how you gonna see straight and land with grace on my face?
Thank you. It's a nice little song. Thank you. Okay, so up next is Snake Gulliksen, and following Snake will be Jan Seides. So go ahead, Snake, and unmute. There you go.
Evening, everybody. This is a song from 1944. It was written by Mel Torme. There's a guy named Bob Wells who has co-writer credit, but from what I understand, he didn't do much except to proofread Mel Torme's documentation. In any case, it's Mel Torme's version that everybody knows. Chestnuts roasting on an open fire, Jack Frost nipping at your nose, Yuletide carols being sung by a choir, and folks dressed up like Eskimos. Everybody knows a turkey and some mistletoe help to make the season bright. Tiny tots with their eyes all aglow will find it hard to sleep tonight. They know that Santa's on his way. He's loaded lots of toys and goodies on his sleigh. And every mother's child is gonna spy to see if reindeer know how to fly. And so I'm offering this simple phrase to kids from 1 to 92. Although it's been said many times, many ways, Merry Christmas to you. 'Cause Santa's on his way with lots of toys and goodies on his sleigh. And every mother's child is gonna spy to see if reindeer really know just how to fly. And so I'm offering this simple phrase to kids from 1 to 92. Although it's been said countless times, countless ways, Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas to you.
Merry Christmas.
Thank you, Stan.
Nat King Cole popularized that song.
Yeah, Nat King Cole had a very popular version as well.
Yeah, I remember that one.
Well, that was a great version too. So thank you, Snake. Okay, up next is Jan Seides, and following Jan will be Cheryl. So Jan, you can unmute. There.
Trying to. There you go.
There you go.
It's like my kids. You tell it, and it does nothing at all. So, I didn't get the memo about winter songs, so I have something else to present. I just did another song challenge, and this is 3 days old. My mother lives in my mouth. I can hear her so clearly as I make your sandwich, find your sock, check your homework. No, just leave that rock in the garden because I said so. Because I said so. That's why. My mother hides in my head and looks out my eyes as I watch from the window You run to the bus stop, ponytail bouncing, hurrying up down the front walk. Because I said so. That's why. My mother's fingers tap my shoulder. How is she getting so much older so quickly? She asked me. My mother takes a seat in my mind, and someday I'll be the one sitting in yours, hearing you speak as we watch your children. Have a good day, I hear you tell them. Because I said so, that's why. Because I said so, that's why. Because I love you. Yeah.
Great job.
That's a great one, Jan. Thank you.
Thanks very much. The prompt was write about something you never thought you'd say, or you swore you would never say.
So it was what your mother has said to you, what was what you swore you'd never say?
That's right. And I said it countless times.
Well, thank you. Okay, so up next is Cheryl Perreault. And Cheryl, you can unmute
Hello, Dan.
yourself. There you go.
Hi, everyone. Ready?
Yep.
Okay. I picked something to share tonight that is old, probably around 2000. When I was taking a subway home, not happy with myself at the time. So I was going back and forth, and I decided to write it out instead. And it's ended up in a confessional situation, although I've never been in one. And when I used to share this back in the day, like in the Quincy open mic with Anna, Eder Mulhane, I remember people were asking me if this was about being bipolar, dealing with bipolar depression. And, you know, it can be whatever anyone wants it to be, right? When you are the listener. But for me, actually, it was more about integrating and synthesizing oneself, the whole of who we are, and accepting and even loving ourselves so that we can love out as well. So it's a prayer poem for everyone. I am wandering in the darkness of a cold and pouring rainstorm. I've been alone and thinking, and my thoughts now make me crazy with internal conflict I've been raising. So I wander in this dark place, a refuge for forgiveness. Step up to the dark door, knock softly in my self-doubt, listening, waiting, seeking. I need confession, I need forgiveness, I need acceptance for my imbalance. And the door slowly opens as I feel my fear increasing. Yet I go inside, hearing the words rock and stir around me as I begin to speak. I hate that in retrospect, I sometimes see myself in old ways, like when I was a girl, when my mind was never on straight, seeing people from my past to bring me back, smear the memories in my face. It is my fault, I know. It makes me so ashamed to see mistakes I've made. But I love the transformation that I can constantly work on making love to watch the way my life unfolds on this path that I am taking, to feel the wisdom and the hindsight of my past shine to guide me like a flashlight. I love to be silly and giddy in my mind. I love to pretend and laugh and skip a step. I feel the child so close in me, like a shadow from behind. I like to look back and catch it when I can. Oh, there is so much somber and serious before me. I feel it deep around me. So I like to walk backwards from time to time in a crazy, crooked line. But I hate to make mistakes, take chances, and feel like a silly, stupid child, doer of unthinking things when impulsive ways got the better of me, caused me to hang my head, feel disgraced like a child who throws a rock that hits a window when just meaning for it to fly in outer space. I hate when I fuss over my clothing, stare at my closet and wonder what to wear, worry about the hair I might be losing, seeing it turn up on my face instead somewhere. Sometimes wanting to be monk-like, wear a sack of black, chanting in a dark place while I slowly shave my head. But I love that when I enter a room once in a while, after all these years, I can still turn your head and make you smile. I hate to let go of my youth, see myself as aging, watch the wrinkles start to grow, try to cover age with band-aids, to think that someday I'll have to grow back to the way of babies, rely on someone else to feed me and wipe my drool, tell me to behave, prepare me in my weakened state to let go of my life. I hate to think I'll have to be that brave, but I love that I am growing calmer, wiser, stronger in my older age, and that I now magnify the importance of each and every living day. I hate when I have a bad day, feel so all alone, unhappy, thinking there is no one really here on my side. But I love that I feel solid in my selfhood, remind myself we all feel alone from time to time, crowded and surrounded by billions on this planet, but feeling like we are the only ones sometimes. And getting past that, getting up, brushing our knees off, looking around, seeing the connections we've made along the way that we are truly blessed with, and move on to yet another day. There I have said it all that's on my mind, the good and the bad, the wrong and the right, the love and the hate, and the coldness leaves, the downpour has turned to clear, the darkness to light, self-doubt now left behind, and my balance restored. As I get up to leave, push upon the heavy door, and walk out into the clearing of my mind. Thank you.
Cheryl.
Thank you, Cheryl. It was great. Okay, I think we have reached the end of the list. So I guess it's my turn. So this is a song for those of us wrestling with seasonal affective disorder. It's by Gwen Bark. Bedded down and the bear has gone to ground and the northern goose has wandered to some warmer bay and sound. It's so easy in the cold to feel Feel the darkness of the year in your heart is growing lonely for the morning. Oh, my Joni, don't you know the stars are swinging slow, the seas are rolling easy as they did so long ago. If I had a thing to give you, I'd tell you one more time that the world's always turning to morning. November's gone, December's coming home. You'll be thinking of the season, sad things that you've seen, and you hear that old wind walking, hear him singing high and thin. You swear he's out there singing of your sorrows. Oh, my Joni, don't you know the stars are swinging slow, the seas are rolling easy as they did so long ago. If I had a thing to give you, I'd tell you one more time that the world is always turning towards the morning. When darkness falls around you and the north wind starts to blow, and you hear him call your name out as he walks the brittle snow, that old wind don't mean you trouble, don't care or even know. He's just walking down the morning darkness towards the morning. And oh, my Joni, don't you know stars are swinging slow, seas are rolling easy as they did so long ago. If I had a thing to give you, I'd tell you one more time that the world is always turning towards the morning. It's a pity we don't know what little flowers know. They can't face the cold November, can't take the wind and snow. They put their glories all behind them, bow their heads and let it go, and you know they'll be there shining in the morning. So, oh, my Joni, don't you know stars are swinging slow, seas are rolling easy as they did so long ago. If I had a thing to give you, I'd tell you one more time that the world is always turning towards the morning.
Beautiful, Dan.
Oh,
Love that song.
Excellent choice, Dan. Thank you.
Okay, so thanks everybody for coming out.
Thank you, Dan.
Thank you, Dan.
Thanks,
No
Dan.
problem.
Thank you, Dan.
Merry Christmas
So-
all.
Merry Christmas, all.
Whatever holiday.
Thanks, everybody. Have a great holiday.
Thanks, y'all.
Right. So I'm planning on taking things. I'm still getting an echo from somebody. I'm planning on taking the week of Christmas off, so there will not be
the
one the
21st.
not the 21st. And that, I mean, if enough people want it, I could change my mind. But I kind of figured people might not show up. So the next one I'm planning is January 3rd, unless, as I say, enough people convince me otherwise. Which will
Take
be
a
on
vote.
Zoom.
I'd be here, I think.
Well,
I'd probably be here too.
do we have a
I
dozen
didn't sing a
people who would
Christmas
show
song
up?
this time.
Absolutely. Yeah.
We'll be there.
If you had it, I'd be here.
You should set it.
Okay,
number.
okay, sure.
You have fewer family. You don't travel. You don't.
Okay, sure. I'll schedule one for then.
If you don't,
It's an
if it's not
inconvenience for you.
convenient, you should.
It's not a convenience. It was just, would people show up more than anything else?
Hey, speaking of
Sorry,
people
parent-
showing up, Dan, where's your mom tonight?
Oh, she had a choir rehearsal.
Oh,
She had a good excuse.
Tell her she was missed.
yeah,
Yeah,
tell her.
I will.
That's right.
Hey, and Dan, if you put a sign up genius out there and you get less than a quorum, just don't have it.
Cancel. Yeah.
Right. That's what you have to do.
Yeah, you just tell us it's not happening.
Okay. Well, if we get a dozen, then it'll be a 2-song night, and that'll be fine. So,
I'm sure you will get
Very
a
good.
dozen of us. Family.
okay. So I guess the next one will be the 21st. And
Great.
see them.
Fingers crossed.
Hey, Dan, good night.
Good night, all.
Oh,
Hey,
Thanks, everybody.
Great as usual.
good night, all.
See you next time.
Take care.
great to hear you.
Yes.